Hello everybody, welcome back to Saints... It's not Saints Row 2 at all. This is KotOR2 with me, Verex. I'm not even playing Saints Row 2, it's Saints Row 3 currently. But yeah, we're in the Ebon Hawk, we're going to Duxton, except some sharp, eagle-eyed viewer noticed that I didn't talk to Disciple dude, and they're entirely right. I was waiting for somebody to spot that. I did it on purpose, of course. The only thing is, I don't know where the hell he is. Got a bit of a buzz going on for this episode, I gotta admit. I'm a bit drunk. But it's alright, I'll only be for one episode, and then I'll be back to my usual self. But I don't know, why not, you know? Where the hell is he then? You know, people are like, oh, you haven't spoken to him. That's because he's not freaking going to speak to. Where is he? Hello? Hello? He's not hanging out with Vestas in here, is he? Nope, nope. 3 beds. How many beds do you need? We've only got 6. I'm sure we have more people than beds. Although, maybe, actually, yeah, thinking about it, most of these people don't need beds, because you don't need a bed, do you? Okay, you do. I do. You do. We know T3 has got his own pad. Visas and Kriya do. See, he's not here. So how am I supposed to speak to... Where is he? And you do. How many is that? I don't know. I don't know why I bothered doing that, because, no, I wasn't counting. Well, well, there we go. That's why I missed him out, because he's not here at all. Where have I not been? Where have I not been? Around here. Oh! There you are.
Yes? Is something wrong?
Yeah, what are you doing?
At times, I meditate. Simply close my eyes and listen. It is quite calming. I try to treasure these moments before the next crisis begins.
Can you teach me to meditate?
Of course. It would be my pleasure.
You have recovered force points and a one-time bonus to your FP force points through meditation. You can meditate with Disciple at any time if no one is nearby. So you recover force points that way and a one-time bonus. So that means I increase the maximum.
I try to treasure these moments before the next crisis begins.
Oh, that's very good. I have the questions.
That is hardly surprising.
By the
what
way,
do you wish to know?
You look familiar.
I imagine in your travels of the galaxy you've seen many people.
Yeah.
Faces tend to blur together after a time.
Sure.
That is...
Well, what do you know about force bonding?
A force bond? What do you mean?
Well, I have a connection with another that could be little to both of us.
I'm not sure I understand.
Look, I have a right. Look, I have a force bond with another that transmits pain across distances. If she suffers or he, I suffer. If she or he dies, then chance I'll die too. To keep it non-specific. What?
No. I thought I had heard mention of such connections in some of the holocrons, but I do not possess them. They are part of the holocrons that were taken from the Enclave.
That would be too convenient. Where would they be?
I do not know.
Ah!
I do not know who has taken them. If we were to find them, perhaps I could help you find the answers you need.
Look, I was hoping to speak to you with more than just answers of I do not know. What do you remember about them? Nothing.
I know some of what you speak.
Okay, fine.
It is said that when a Jedi and Padawan establish a close connection, that they can feel each other across distances and coordinate their movements in battle. The intensity of the connection varies. That bonding is said to also be something that manifests itself in such techniques as Bastila's battle meditation, the ability to touch the minds of others, to demoralize or inspire them. It is also said that moments of death or near death may also cause such bonds. The stronger one is in the Force, the stronger the connection.
So we were obviously both pretty close personally, like, you know, like Master and Padawan, and we're both powerful Force users, as indeed we are now, so... I'm kind of worried if that's lethal. I mean, I suppose that's a lot of the reasons why Iiana is keeping Kriya on the ship so often. Is because if she thinks that Kriya might die more than she's going to die, you know, so she doesn't want that extra type of thing happening. I know I took her along for the battle, but that was more of like a gameplay experiment for me to just blast everyone with lightning, and it worked really well. Yeah, that's probably why she hasn't, you know, used her that much. Is it either lethal or... See, I don't think I'll bother asking this because even if this guy... He doesn't seem to know that too much, so even if he says it probably isn't, I don't know whether Iana would believe him anyway. I really trust the information that she gets from him. So, I'll do this one. You feel... what about his thoughts? Yeah, can she see my thoughts? She'll be more interested in this.
Thoughts. Images, perhaps, but not actual communication and words. A bond often causes a sensation to be passed along it, such as extreme fear and pain. Still, I have seen Jedi who have the ability to communicate with aliens and beasts.
Well, we've got that beast trick,
It is a
haven't we?
rare thing. Perhaps telepathy is one such talent.
Alright, that I might as well ask it.
I've never heard of a bond being lethal. I suppose such a thing is possible. I had not truly believed Bastille as battle meditation until I had seen it in action. That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know?
Tell me about the Republic.
I do not know if you are aware of how fragile the Republic is at the moment. Its influence is stretched thin, and it grows weaker with time. Still, there is hope, and I must remind myself of it, even when times grow dark. As long as we hold Onderon and Telos, then perhaps we have a chance.
Why Telos and Onderon? Although I think we've asked this before. How did this happen then?
The Jedi Civil War brought much suffering to the galaxy, and the forces that Malak and Revan amassed against us seemed limitless. Many worlds were destroyed, trade routes disrupted, and the Republic fleet was almost decimated. While it is said that Revan and several Republic heroes and Jedi defeated Malak, in many ways Malak had already won.
What do you mean?
The war was costly, and it shattered the Republic. In time, the Republic might recover, but if a threat strikes now, if certain key worlds are not held, then the Republic...
Might have heard this. What was it? He just said that. Does it deserve to be saved?
It is strange that someone who went to war against the Mandalorians would disregard the damage the fall of the Republic could cause. Of course, if you sought battle for its own sake, then perhaps
I was
could
just asking. I
understand
wasn't
your
disregarding.
disregard.
I was just. This is quite interesting. I think she's quite apathetic about the Republic. I think she's more like selfish in her aims here. The Republic's just this other thing going on. So I don't think she wants to get into serving the Republic when she has to save herself as well from this menace that approaches her. So maybe they're all Brexit worlds. See, I don't think she thinks the Republic stifles freedom. I have other questions. I'm not gonna. Although then again, I mean, this is the way to get influence on him, isn't it? Which could be a good thing. So maybe we should just ask out of curiosity.
There are many factors. Aside from protecting Telos and Onderon, we need a rallying force. We need the Jedi, even if they are just figureheads. That is why I traveled to Dantooine, to find some trace of them.
Yeah. Why is Jedi so important?
The Jedi are a symbol. As much damage as their reputation took during the Sith War and the Jedi Civil War, there are still many who they serve as an example. Plus, there have been times in the past where a single Jedi has been enough to change the face of a world, or a galaxy. I suppose I still believe that might be possible. Despite the betrayal of many of the Jedi against the Republic, I must concede that as figureheads, they do serve a vital role. Forgive me, but there is something I must ask.
Okay.
In my study of the Jedi histories and the more contemporary records, I have heard tales of a Jedi who was exiled. You are that Jedi. But the records are somewhat evasive on why this was done. I wanted to discuss why you chose to leave the Jedi Order and accept exile.
Oh, I chose it. Well. Why do you want to discuss it?
Perspective. Nothing more.
Battle called, and I answered. I'll protect the innocents of the Outer Rim. Jedi held no truth for me, only war did. I don't want to talk about it. Well, she left, I think, because she thought the Jedi's inaction was the wrong thing to do. She didn't particularly... So I suppose she didn't really go to protect innocents per se, but at the same time she felt it was the right thing to do to strike at this enemy that was building before it got stronger. So sitting around doing nothing wasn't great. So, but this is too bloodthirsty. She didn't go just for battle's sake. And well, this is the same kind of thing, is it? But yeah, this Jedi held no truth for me. But no truth is wrong either. So, the Goody Two Shoes thing really doesn't work either, because she did it not necessarily because people were dying, but because there was an enemy that needed defeating. So maybe this, I don't know, yeah, maybe it is this one.
I see. And because you went to war, they cast you out?
That's what they told me at the ritual. Yeah, there may have been other causes for it.
Do you have a record of this trial?
Actually, why not? Yeah.
Perhaps I shall examine it when I get the chance. With your permission.
Alright, go ahead. I don't trust him, but at the same time, it's a Jedi secret that I'm not particularly bothered. You know, he might have some more perspective on it or something, so... Yeah.
I appreciate your trust. Thank you.
I don't think she does trust him, but at the same time, she doesn't really think he can do much. But apparently, I'm evil because of the dark side and stuff. The Jedi, but yeah, I gained influence, so now maybe I can talk to him a little bit about...
I have studied. I must confess
God damn
that
it.
I was searching for some meaning beyond the records.
That was quick.
A reason for why one would leave the Order.
I didn't leave. I was exiled. Well, I kind of left knowing I'd be exiled. So, what?
Did you know that exile is a rare sentence? It is not really something that the Order can enforce. Believe it or not, it was really your choice.
Well, yeah, it was a sentence, but yeah, I probably knew, even if I've forgotten, that that would be the sentence. You went there, they would have executed me if Jedi did not kill their prisoners. Why would I choose such a thing?
I do not know. That is a question best answered by yourself. But it is you who made the choice to turn away, not them.
Huh. That's your theory, clutch to it all you want.
I am not certain of it, but I believe it to be worth considering.
Okay. Are you sure I don't know you?
You are correct.
Ah!
I am afraid I have not been entirely open with you concerning my past.
Okay, well,
if I look familiar,
give a little, get a little.
It is because we have met before, at the Enclave on Dantooine, many years ago. As on Coruscant, Force-sensitive children are taken to Dantooine as well, though it is done rarely and only with those they believe are destined to become Jedi Knights. It is the secret nature of the place. If you are not chosen by a master when you have come of age, however, then the path of the Jedi is denied to you. I met you on Dantooine, long ago, briefly. You taught us the ways of the Force, how to hear it sing within others, within the life around Dantooine. It is difficult to explain the difference between you and Master Vrook, but I think it is because he was knowledgeable, but not a leader, not a mentor. You were different. We could all feel it. And I knew that if I were to have a master, I would want it to be you. And then you went to war. Many Jedi went to war, and the Jedi Masters proclaimed that you were Jedi no longer. Atris, the mistress of the Archives, was first among them.
Met her.
I knew at that moment that if you would no longer be a Jedi, then you must be correct.
Huh.
I realized I did not want to be a Jedi. Instead, I wished to follow your path. And in any event, there was no one to train me, even if I wished it. They all went to war, as I grew past the age of acceptance.
Wow. Alright then. So you turned away from the Jedi of the Force because of me, or but the Force, path of the Jedi, you abandoned. Oh, this one.
It is possible to forget the Force, you know. If you have not felt it strongly enough, then there is little to miss. But I never felt the Force as strongly as I did when I was with you. And so I decided to serve the Republic, study the Jedi teachings, gather them perhaps. It was important to me to understand the Jedi now that they were gone. I felt some part of you should be preserved, so that your lessons would not be lost.
Oh. Huh. Back in a bit. Alright, back, sorry. So, I'm probably gonna say this one. Like, she probably didn't realize that, you know, her actions would have such consequences on others. She's very narrow-minded in sort of like what she thinks is important, which is a flaw. And so, yeah, she was like, oh, wow, I had this massive effect on you, you know, sorry about that.
Perhaps. I still harbor doubts about the path I walked.
Maybe I could train you to be the Force again if you were once a Jedi. What are you doing for the Republic? Or so you sort of spy for the Senate? Yeah.
I am on a diplomatic mission. I'm one of several tasked with attempting to contact any remaining Jedi and convince them to return to the Republic.
Why did they choose you?
I know something of the Jedi. I have studied them for a good portion of my life, and now that they are gone, such studies are even more important.
Any luck?
I do not think it is a matter of luck or chance, only my own inability to find them. While the Enclave trained me for many things, I'm afraid that the life of a bounty hunter was not among them.
You can say that again.
I suspect my turning away from the Force is also a hindrance in such cases. I imagine the Jedi would be easier to find if I still maintained my connections to the Force.
Probably. I found some of them, but do you know what happened to the Jedi?
No. It is something of a mystery why they would exile themselves as they have.
Well, I know.
It is not the way of the Jedi to vanish in such a way, especially when the Republic is in need of them. I fear that there is something else at work. Something that we cannot see. Then again, perhaps the Jedi are hiding simply because so many people hate them these days.
Yeah. Yeah, I never knew the common people, especially when the common people were dying at the hands of the Mandalorians. Why do you think people hate the Jedi?
It is difficult sometimes for the Jedi to see such things, since much of it is rooted in human nature, and the Jedi are often removed from events of daily life, insulated. But the reason the Jedi Civil War was named such was because few in the galaxy can recognize the difference between the Sith and the Jedi. To them, they are both Jedi, with different philosophies.
Do you hate the Jedi?
Hate? No. I do not hate them. They only raise questions without answers. Jedi are not supposed to be like the rest of us. They are supposed to see a higher purpose in all things. And they are supposed to train students responsibly and well, so mistakes of the past are not repeated. Yet all I saw was ignorance and arrogance, and what those seeds created in the Republic. It is difficult to follow the Jedi Code when so few others have. But you know this.
What do you mean?
The problems with the Jedi are my own. I do not wish to burden you with my troubles.
Well then, other questions?
That is...
I could possibly train you in the Force again. Do you want that?
It is not time.
Alright. So if you were once Jedi, what are you doing for the Republic?
I am on a diplomatic mission. I am one of several tasked with attempting to contact any remaining Jedi and convince them to return to the Republic.
I might have found some of them.
You have? Where have they gone? And why?
They all went into exile. It's well, I'm not going to say that because it is self-preservation. Whenever they gather, they all get killed, and millions of people get killed with them. So,
like you? Curious. It is unlike the Jedi to vanish when the Republic is in need of them, and the Republic is more in need of them now than ever.
Which is probably exactly why the Sith Force wants to keep them away. I think they've gone in search of what made the last Jedi. Yeah, well, I know that because we certainly know about that.
Perhaps the Sith have learned from Malak's defeat and have chosen a different tactic. It is like them to strike from the shadows. This has Revan's mark in things.
Yeah, I think Iana's really getting quite open with this guy because finally there's someone who vaguely understands where she's coming from, what she's about and such like that. Someone who has an insight into the Jedi and everything, and so she's really feeling like quite a connection with this guy. Obviously not romantic currently, but just somebody to talk to about things where she can get her perspective is completely new. So she's like, oh yeah, sure, look at the holotapes. Yeah, sure, I don't mind, you know, and really out of character, but she's obviously... This game, I imagine, is set over quite a period of time, even though I know hyperspace is pretty quickly, but there's time in between events where they're not doing anything. So I imagine, you know, there's been at least weeks, if not months, where she's had a proper conversation with somebody who really gets her and what she's about. So I think that's why she's getting very open with Disciple and, you know, trying to make a connection. Well, there's a connection, but more of a connection, you know. I thought Revan had redeemed himself by defeating Malik.
Yes, but there is much of Revan's legacy that was not undone in the Jedi Civil War. I suspect these assassins are one of them. Master Vandar spoke of these assassins in the council chambers. They were used before large assaults on planets and Jedi to weaken them.
I wonder if these assassins are, I'm asking more, characters from the first game. Like Kriya, whether she is in the first game. Oh, don't tell me! I'm just musing. Whether I'll recognize them at some point. Anyway, light side gained, and we talk to him again.
Yes? Is something wrong?
Questions?
That is hardly surprising.
Yeah, it never is it? So, we could ask him this.
It is not time.
But there was another thing.
I am on a
But what was it?
No, it is... I've been again. It is but to that... Hate. Jedi, and yet it is... The problems with the Jedi...
Okay, right, so we haven't got enough influence to gain that, but, you know, we definitely... Oh, that was a good little chat, that was a good... Well, it was quite a long chat, really, 20 minutes. I'm glad I did that. So we're still, like, in the light side. We're sort of teetering about here, aren't we? We're not full-on light side, but obviously... to be evil in this game, to really evil, you have to be really evil. So, right, let's go to Duxon. There. Starting to have second thoughts about bringing Attal along now, you know, with that little chat. I think she'd prefer the company of Disciple. We're going to bring Mandalore, obviously, that's sort of, you know, with why we're here is the Mandalorians, but... So bringing their leader will probably be a good move, but I know it doesn't make sense from a party composition perspective, because we don't have a utility character, someone who can pick locks and stuff, but we have been here before, so what is there going to be to pick? But yeah, let's do that. Let's bring Disciple and Mandalore along and kind of see what happens. I know it's kind of an odd party composition, but there's only certain things we're missing out on. Does it look something to be at? That's just figures. Alright, well, we're here.
I am ready.
I know, let's level people up. So, yeah, well, treat injury is obviously a thing for you. So let's see. So you're really good at fighting with stuff. You're a tank. I suppose close combat, yeah. Just in case everything else is pretty much sorted. And you're both really aware, so and good at healing yourselves, which is nice. Any anything obvious missing here? They both do the power blast thing, but they're both kind of similar in terms of how they work. Get the precise shot thing though. But I think he's more of a ranged character. Right then, let's we can speak to you, can't we?
Ready to head back to camp. Give the word and I'll take you there.
Let's go.
Follow me then.
There's no need to walk through the jungle, is there?
You received my message then. A man named KotOR wanted to get a hold of you urgently.
Oh, we're all here.
He said that the Queen had arranged safe passage to Onderon for you, but I don't know how good their offer is anymore.
What's changed?
This morning, General Vaklu met with the Council of Lords and declared that the Queen was guilty of treason.
Whoa, okay.
She'll be made regent if Talia and her royal guard are defeated. The military is divided on who to support. Civil war has fallen on ISIS.
So came out for nothing. I kind of find it interesting. You know, it's it's good writing. I think how you left this planet with it like half cocked, if you like, and you know it wasn't finished, but situation as it was, you had to leave. I like that, you know, and then you come back when things have developed. It's unique how that happens, because normally in an RPG, you know, you've got your world map, and you go to this area and you do this quest, and you go to this area and you do that quest, you know, and you finish the area and then you move on to another area, and that's pretty much standard, and that's what we've got here. Is we've got a world map with different areas or planets, and you go to that area and you finish it, you go to that area and you finish it, and yeah, so it's kind of unusual to have like the main quest of an area unfinished, and then you come back and finish it later. That's quite unique, and I kind of like that. Well, we were sort of like, you know, we didn't really like how KotOR was doing things, but let's see. Well, we need to get to Master KotOR to stop him, but then I wouldn't call him Master, would it? So we're clearly choosing our allegiances here, so okay, well, for nothing. I mean, what?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, there
I
you go.
doubt that Queen Talia and her advisor will survive until nightfall. The balance of forces seem to favor Queen Talia. The royal palace is heavily fortified and defensible, and most of the soldiers are loyal to her. But Vaklu has new allies, Sith soldiers and their masters. The war has also driven the caged beasts in the streets mad.
That's true.
Raylor and I both concur. She doesn't stand a chance.
Oh.
You underestimate the Force, Mandalorian. I sense that we may still get to Master KotOR in time. I sense there is something stirring on the moon itself. Tell me, have your senses picked up anything from Duxon?
Yes, we have. How? We picked up some transmissions from nearby in the jungle. Zuka's satellite relay has also picked up several shuttle launches with old Sith transmitter IDs. Some sort of staging base, perhaps.
The Sith forces must be stopped. Otherwise, the Mandalorian is right. Master KotOR and Queen Talia won't survive this day.
Dividing our forces at a time like this is foolhardy.
And this is why a common soldier will never triumph against a Jedi. Your military tactics are nothing compared to the Force. It is essential and inevitable that we face both enemies at the same time.
Ooh. I have to lead the group heading to the Royal Palace, don't I?
You are correct. You must choose who will lead the expedition through the jungle to find our enemies and defeat them.
Oof. So Disciple can be trusted with this task. Mirror's survival skills may provide invaluable Visas, Boader, or Aten. Oof. So these are people that I can't bring with me, obviously. Well, I at least have to choose the person who I don't want to bring with me. I mean, Boader does have the skills, but who's the leader here? None of them. I suppose Mira is the leader out of all them, but she works alone more than anything else, and maybe I would trust Disciple. You know, maybe she's letting her possible feelings for him cloud her judgment a little bit, you know. But Aten, too much of a rogue. Mira, you know, I never really connected with her and such. Visas, don't trust her. Boader, like him, but he's all like, he's very subservient and, you know, he's a soldier and probably a very good one, but not one to lead. So the wild card, I guess, the guy that she doesn't really know much about, but at the same time has a very savvy understanding about what's going on, what's at stake and everything.
I shall do my best.
You should send 2 others to go with the leader. Who else will accompany the expedition?
Border, I think, would be a good one. I might bring Mandalore as well, but Border.
Yes, good choice. And
Thanks.
who else?
Thank you. Atten, possibly? Mira for her survival skills. Who do I want to bring with me? That's what I gotta think about. I like this. I'm liking this a lot. You? Why is there no choice for you, huh? Maybe T3. Go to? Or Mandalore. He is a soldier. Soldier, assassin, droid. My little droid. Complete wildcard. Though he would be reliable, wouldn't he? Because he wouldn't want them to take over this place, so...
Fine. Now are you certain of your choices?
Maybe not. Though I would only go back and forward to see who she thought would be right for it. Yes, I'm certain.
Mandalorian warriors will go with you to find the enemy camp. Just let me know when you want to head out. If you need supplies, talk with Kex. After you get into the jungle, you might not have another opportunity to stock up. Let me know if you want to go now.
I'm sure I'll be fine. I need to take care of things, but basically what I'm going to do is end the video now. But yeah, journal updates. They've arranged for a safe secret passage to you to meet with them. That was before General Vaklu declared her a traitor and began a full-scale civil war. Now, Muscovite is trapped inside a city at war. For some reason, I thought Vakar was Vaklu there, but that's probably because of my state of mind. I do apologise for that. I got Vakar and Vaklu, Kavar and Vaklu mixed up. I apologise for that. But yeah, that's a minor thing. It wouldn't have affected the way my character approached that situation because I didn't pick it anyway. Okay then, right, I'll see you next time. Things are really heating up here and I'm looking forward to the next episode. Hope you guys are too. Until then, take care and toodaloo.